Have you ever encountered a police officer who thought he was above the law and tried to inflate his ego at your expense? Well, today we're looking at exactly those types of cops who didn't know when to stop and made the mistake of a lifetime. Let's go to the video. Sometimes cops might let their desire for power get the better of them and start making up rules that don't really exist. This was the case with a cop who really got bothered by a man who was filming outside a police station. The cop tried to scare him off by claiming he was standing on private property and needed to move onto the sidewalk. But you don't need to be a law expert to see that this claim didn't hold water. Usually, if a place is a private property, there should be a sign clearly stating that. Realizing he was caught in a lie, the cop quickly pointed out a sign that said private property. However, the catch was that the sign was for a completely different part of the property, not where the man was filming. To make the situation even more awkward, the cop then demanded the man's ID. However, this cop wasn't acting on his own. Even though his partner did make things worse, he didn't help much either. He just sided with his buddy, backing up his questionable actions. Makes you think, doesn't it? Good cops aren't really good if they just stand by and let bad ones do whatever they want. It's a bit like watching a team where one player starts playing dirty. The other players don't call it out or try to stop it. They're kind of part of the problem too. And that's what happened here. Instead of stepping in or correcting the mistake, the other cop just went along with it.
Can't be down this
I'm not. I'm right here.
Can't be down this area.
Sir.
Up on the sidewalk and take pictures.
Hold on. What's your name and badge number, first off? What's your name and badge number?
Officer Sanchez.
568. What's your badge number?
Go up there and take
Here,
pictures.
can you let me know where?
Up on the sidewalk.
Hey, sir. You don't give me an attitude.
Listen, by the way.
Look, he knows how to de-escalate. You don't.
Up on the sidewalk.
Sir, there's no signs. There has to be signs.
Sidewalk, right there.
There's no signs that say this is private.
This is private.
It does. It's not marked, sir. So you can't try to get my ID. Oh, now you want me to go? Yeah, that's over there, sir. That's not right here.
This is
That's not right here.
property.
Look, I'm gonna zoom in on that.
Property.
Yeah, no kidding.
okay.
Listen, buddy.
This right here is police property. It's not marked.
Just go by the rocks. You have plenty of space there. You can do whatever.
So I'm gonna get the property lines right here, and if this isn't police property, I'm coming back here, and you're gonna get you're already getting a complaint filed on you.
That's fine.
Because you're an asshole.
That's fine.
You're very unprofessional, and you're an escalator. Okay, you're an antagonizer.
Listen,
I'll go to the sidewalk, but you guys, I think you're lying to me because this is not police property. It's not marked.
Either way, it's wrong.
If it's public property, it's okay for me to be here.
This is not.
It's not marked private though. Thank you, sir. It's not marked. You know that though, right? It's not marked right here.
I actually don't know, but
Well, you want to take a look with me? That'd be great.
I actually am doing something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. Exactly. You know, sir. You know. It has to be marked clearly or fenced off. It's not marked clearly. This is.
Yeah, that's clear.
This is clear.
I'm not a police.
Oh, I know, sir.
I'm letting you know.
And you're actually informing them the right thing. That's the crazy part. You're not a police officer, but you're informing them the right thing.
Anything past this.
Yeah, exactly. But over there has to be a marking that says I can't go down there too.
I mean, what do you
Yeah, right here. But right there, it looks like that's separate property, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, listen. So what do you do?
What do you mean?
Now let's talk about a cop who made a mistake of a lifetime. Remember how we discussed that some cops like to make up their own rules just to feel powerful? Well, this cop tried the trick, but he picked the wrong guy. The person he stopped, he was a lawyer's son who knew the law way better than the cop did. Let's rewind and see how it all went down. So this guy was just riding his bike, minding his own business with a GoPro mounted on his helmet. Out of nowhere, this cop pulls him over. The cop decides that having a GoPro on a helmet is a traffic violation and starts to question the man. But here's the thing, the guy knew he hadn't done anything wrong or broken any laws, which meant the cop didn't have any right to demand his identification. The guy, keeping his cool, asked the cop to explain how exactly a GoPro on his helmet could be a traffic hazard. He wanted to hear the cop's reasoning. It's one of those moments where you can almost see the cop realizing he's bitten off more than he can chew. Also, the guy tried explaining that he wore a GoPro for his safety, but the cop wasn't having any of it. Really, the guy was just biking along, not causing any trouble, so what's the big deal about a camera on his head?
You really want to go to jail? Please step away from me with your badge, your gun, and your fake costume. You're not allowed to have that on your helmet. You can't have anything protrude more than 2 millimeters off the surface of the helmet.
That's a crime?
It's not a crime, it's an infraction.
Okay, so you pulled me over for a non-crime?
It's an infraction. It's a moving violation. You can't have anything on your helmet. Compromises the integrity. Can I have the information I asked you, please?
Actually, sir, I mean, the fact that you pulled me over for a traffic violation, a GoPro on the top of my helmet, which is for my safety, it's kind of ridiculous. I will not be consenting to anything. So if you need to get a sergeant out here, that'd be great.
What's your name?
Did I commit a crime?
I've stopped you for a traffic violation. I've asked you for your information. You're refusing to give it to me.
I'm not refusing to give it to you. It's just I did not commit a crime. And you pulled me over for a GoPro on my helmet,
Yeah, it's a traffic violation.
which is for my safety.
Do you understand?
The cops seemed to think it was his job to ask questions and not the other way around, but the guy chose to keep quiet, especially since he felt his Fourth Amendment rights were already being trampled on. The one thing the man still wanted was the cop's name and badge number, but unsurprisingly, the cop wouldn't give it. What else can you expect from the cop who's already shown that he doesn't quite grasp the policies of his job? When he refused to call a supervisor, it was a pretty clear sign. Seeing that the guy wasn't playing along, the cop switched tactics and tried to accuse him of speeding. Honestly, this cop was almost comical in his attempt. It's a situation that really shows how things can spiral when someone in authority isn't clear on the rules or chooses to ignore them. The guy was just standing his ground, exercising his rights, while the cop was grasping at straws, trying to find something, anything to pin on him. It's a classic example of not knowing or respecting the policies meant to guide your actions, and that can lead to some pretty awkward and unjust situations.
Are you not listening to a lawful order?
Are you listening to my lawful
You're a
order?
sergeant. You are not. This traffic stop is unlawful, especially since I told you this is a violation of my Fourth Amendment right.
Okay.
And you pulled me GoPro.
Which I told you is a traffic violation.
Well, I'm going to sit right here, and then I'm staying silent.
Okay.
Well, I speak to my lawyers, and
You really want to go to jail?
do you not want to get your sergeant?
I called him.
Okay, good. Well, I'm staying silent until
You answer my question. And
what is your badge number, sir?
But you answer my questions?
I'm cooperating so far. I pulled you over.
You have not produced your driver's license. You have not produced your registration.
Because you pulled me over for not a crime.
Is speeding a crime?
A camera on my
Is
helmet.
speeding a crime?
A camera on my helmet, sir.
Answer my question. Is speeding a
I'm not
crime?
answering any more questions. I'd like to speak to my lawyer.
Can I have your information, please?
He's here and I talked to him.
Okay.
Bliss, please step away from me with your badge, your gun, and your fake costume. I'll be right here. Yeah, they're by your bike. Look, wait, sound. Look at this. Being treated like a...
When this guy decided to step outside and exercise his constitutional rights, he had no clue he'd end up being detained by police. One of the cops claimed that the guy was acting suspiciously because he was looking into police cars and filming inside them. But being suspicious isn't the same as committing a crime, right? After all, suspicion is just a cop's gut feeling. It doesn't necessarily line up with the law and rules. However, this cop seemed to think he could detain anyone for any reason just because he wore a badge. To make this action seem more justified, he even tried to accuse the man of planning to break into and rob the police cars. But here's the thing, that doesn't add up. How would taking pictures of a police car help someone rob it, even if that was the plan?
It is kind of suspicious
Okay.
that you're looking in the vehicles of officers.
Okay.
So yeah, you're detained.
What the
And
fuck?
I would like to.
Crazy. I'm detained?
Yes, because
For-
that's suspicious activity. How do I know you're not burglarizing vehicles or trying to steal weapons out of a police vehicle?
I don't understand why I would be detained though. I'm just taking pictures. I'm just walking around taking pictures.
Okay.
But what's the...
I just explained to you why you are being detained.
Okay.
Okay. And it's because your activity, it looks like it's possibly that you're trying to burglarize a police vehicle. It clearly says detective parking right here. You obviously know these are detective vehicles, right?
Well, yeah, it's just taking pictures of those signs too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was taking pictures. I thought it was cool that they had their own little spot. I don't understand. How does that equate to me possibly burglarizing vehicles? I don't get it.
Well, because we have, and everybody knows that historically people go look in cars as they break into them or prior to doing so. That's a common practice of people who break into cars. So we get calls a lot of people looking into people's cars because they're breaking into cars. That's a common thing that happens everywhere.
Okay.
So that's why that's a suspicious activity, that you're looking into cars that don't, obviously you know, and we know, don't belong to you. So
Got
why
it.
would you look into a car that doesn't belong to you?
Well, there could be a million reasons. It doesn't have to be burglary, right? It doesn't have to be breaking into a car.
You're right, there could be, and that's why I'm asking you if there are, that you can explain any to me that that you have, reasons that you would be looking into these cars.
No matter how much this cop thought he could arrest the man or demand his ID, the only thing he was likely to earn was a punishment in the form of losing his qualified immunity. Nobody appreciates cops who trample on civil rights and disrespect them, right? Then the cop asked the man how he got here. Walking was the logical answer. What kind of question was that anyway? The cop claimed he was really just trying to justify why the man was there so he could leave him alone. But in reality, this cop just needs to understand that simply having the right to be somewhere backed by constitutional law is reason enough for anyone to be there.
Well, yeah, I was taking pictures
Of the inside of police vehicles?
of anything. Yeah, anything cool that I could see. I was just taking pictures of.
Okay. Did you find anything cool?
Not yet. You interrupted me.
Oh,
Yeah. So I don't know what to
How did you
say.
get here?
What was that?
How did you get here?
Why?
Did you walk here? Do you live here?
Why? I don't understand.
I'm trying to find a good reason as to why you're right here in this parking lot looking into police vehicles. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm walking around taking pictures of cars, whatever, anything, not just here, everywhere, all over this little area.
Okay.
So is there? I mean, do I need another reason? I don't know how all that works, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I just don't know. I don't feel like there's an issue, and I don't understand what the issue might be.
Do you own a car?
What was that?
Do you own a car?
Yeah.
Okay, if somebody was looking into your car, standing in your driveway or wherever you live, would you have an issue with that?
If somebody was looking at my car, standing on my driveway where I live, would I have an issue with it? Yeah, I'd probably come out and ask them what they're doing. But the scenario there is like, you don't live here, right? This ain't your house, and these aren't your cars either.
You don't work here, do you?
What?
Do you work here?
What? I don't understand why that matters.
You said that you would have questions for this person because they're on your property. They don't live there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you work here?
I don't understand. I still don't
Do you
understand why it
understand the
matters.
question?
I understand the question. I don't understand how it pertains to this scenario.
Because this is not a public parking lot. It's owned by the city, right? But it's not open to the public.
This rookie cop was really out of his depth and couldn't clearly explain why he stopped a guy. So he started throwing out every excuse he could think of, hoping something would stick. First, he claimed there was something wrong with the guy's license plates. Then he brought up drugs and finally circled back to speeding. The guy calmly explained that he wasn't speeding at all, he was actually just driving within the legal limit. Not giving up, the cop switched gears and said the guy was changing lanes improperly. Since when is changing lanes a crime? Unless you're crossing a solid line, right? When that didn't work, the cop went back to the speeding accusation but added a new twist that the guy was speeding in a university zone. Since it was pretty clear that the cop was just making up reasons as he went along, the man asked if there was any proof to back up these claims. The cop admitted he wasn't sure and just went silent because he didn't know what to say next. That's when another officer stepped in to help him out. It's a situation where you can almost feel the awkwardness. The first cop was scrambling to justify the stop, but when put on the spot for evidence, he came up empty.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just want to speak to you. We've just checked your vehicle. Your plate's coming back as a different vehicle.
No, they're not.
They are?
No, they're not. No.
The driver license?
I have, but you're not getting it.
Well,
Can you, what section are you pulling me over under?
under Road Traffic Act, and I don't have to have a section.
No, what section of the Road Traffic Act?
I can't remember the section, but on the Road Traffic Act, you have to give your license. You have to give your license.
Okay, well, until you can quote to me what traffic acts, I'm not giving you my license,
so
mate.
Right there.
Yep, that's perfectly fine, pal.
163 of the Road Traffic Act.
163?
Yeah.
Okay, and what does 163 relate to, please?
So 163 relates to us being able to take your details for any moving traffic offence. You've not been indicating, you've been driving very aggressively.
Okay.
Driving up the M275.
So, me driving up the M275, doing the speed limit, whilst using cruise control is aggressively, is it?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, that's exactly what I was doing, sir, so...
Yeah, I'd say
you
were driving at the speed limit.
Yep.
You weren't indicating when you're changing lanes.
Okay, so changing lanes to the left-hand side is not a requirement to
indicate.
indicate.
Through past Portsmouth College.
Portsmouth College?
University, sorry.
Yep.
Portsmouth University.
Okay.
You're in well in excess of the speed limit.
Okay, have you got proof of that, please, sir?
I haven't got any proof.
Okay, well in that case then you have nothing to
prosecute.
Yeah, well there's nothing to prosecute me on, so therefore you have no reason to pull me over, sir.
Well,
Your judgment is not law.
Sir, if you would actually mind listening.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. You can talk.
Right, under the Road Traffic Act,
Yep.
we can stop any vehicle on the road if required, okay? And you need to provide your details under 163.
All right, I don't need. If you wish for me to provide my details, sir, then you can give me a producer.
No.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's at our discretion.
No, it's not at your discretion, sir. No, I've asked you to give me a producer. I'm not currently holding my driver's license because it's not a requirement by law to carry my driver's license with me.
No. but you need to provide it.
I don't need to provide anything to you because you're saying under 163
Yeah.
of the Road Traffic Act, yeah?
Which you can look up on your phone.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it up.
Yep.
So, clearly states here, a person driving a motor vehicle on the road must stop the vehicle on being required to do so by a constable in uniform,
Yep.
which I have done.
Yep.
That's got nothing pertinent to me providing you with my details, sir.
You need to look under the legislation.
The other officer jumped in and argued that every citizen must hand over their documents, like ID, driver's license, and insurance whenever cops stop them. Sure, this rule does apply, but only if cops have stopped someone for a serious traffic violation or another valid reason. Despite being young, these cops should have known better than to take such a misguided approach. It was bound to lead them into trouble. The man took this as a chance to give the cops a little lesson. He even tried to read them the specific law stating they had no right to demand any documents from him under these conditions, hoping they got the message. He then asked for their names and badge numbers, but one of them just ignored his request and kept spinning his version of events.
Okay, so look, this is on the UK government legislation page, okay? 163 of the Road Traffic Act. Power of police to stop vehicles. A person driving a motor vehicle on a road must stop the vehicle on being requested to do so by a constable in uniform. A person riding a cycle on the road must stop the cycle and be prepared to do so when asked to do so by a constable in uniform. If a person failed to comply with this section, he is guilty of an offence. So therefore, I am not required by law to give you my driver's licence. You saying that my registration is coming up as a different vehicle, with all due respect, is nothing but bullshit, sir.
Okay.
Okay?
So that might be, but we're just trying to ascertain these details.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Well, I'll tell you what, go run my plates again, sir.
Yeah.
Okay? And I can guarantee you they'll come back to a silver Vauxhall Insignia, CDTI, EcoFlex, Techline. Okay?
Well, let me just...
That's perfectly fine. My accept...
Name, Callum, by chance?
Not giving any details over, mate. As I said to you before, you pulled me over under 163, pal. Yep. I don't have to give you any details.
No, you do.
No, I don't.
You do under the Road Traffic Act.
Under the Road Traffic Act, but you couldn't state to me which section, sir. So,
I did, like I said,
which is 163, which gives you the power to pull me over, sir.
Yeah.
That's all the power. That's
under there, a constable in uniform.
Okay, that's a completely different section, sir. That's a completely different section, sir.
It really seems tough for some cops to grasp that when a citizen asks for their name and badge number, they're supposed to provide it, especially when they're in uniform. You have to wonder how these young cops even got their jobs if they didn't know such basic rules of conduct. Eventually, the other cop realized they might have overstepped and managed to muster up an apology to the man. Seeing this, the first cop also figured he better straighten up, so he finally gave the man his name and badge number.
Until such time,
the Road Traffic Act.
yeah, but that's under a completely different section of the Road Traffic Act.
I've just I've rechecked it.
Yep.
I do apologise to you.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
It did come back. It's obviously someone's wires obviously got crossed somewhere.
That's absolutely fine, sir.
So I've checked it all out, and I'm happy. We're just waiting on one more thing to come back.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then it'll be absolutely fine.
Okay, what's that one for thing? Exactly what I said on the phone, mate. So apparently my licence is now coming back fine. Sorry, yeah, my registration is now coming back fine. Yeah. Obviously, someone's got their wires crossed somewhere. But last thing I heard, the traffic unit was on its way. Don't know whether that's still happening or not, but it is happening, yeah? Can I ask what they're coming for?
Like I said, you were not wanting to provide your details.
Yep.
So therefore, they're going to come and acquire them.
Okay, well, they can try and acquire them, but like I said, until such time as I have a section, no one's getting any details from them, sir, so... No, I haven't got... Yeah, can I get your column numbers, please, guys?
Yep, mine is 3552.
And your name?
It's PC Nardo.
PC Nardo, I take it. What department? Station. What station, sorry?
Portsmouth Station.
Portsmouth Station. And your colleagues, please?
He can give you them.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, if you can call him over for me, that'd be great.
I'll get him over when it's finished.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, mate.
Radio.
Just when it seemed like these cops were finally earning some praise for managing to apologize, things took another turn. They went ahead and looked up the man's information in their system using his registration numbers. After finding his name, they felt compelled to make him confirm his identity just to satisfy themselves at the end of the encounter. However, the man stood firm, unwilling to compromise his rights or cooperate with their demands, and chose not to answer them. Who do you think is right here?
Yes, mate. Also got back heat. Yeah, I know, I saw it on the side. I literally thought to myself, what the fuck is he going to smoke?
I literally realised as soon as I stepped out of the car, getting to work.
Oh, my flashlight, you dick.
So they've pulled you over for 163.
Well, no, they've pulled me over saying 163,
Right.
which gives them the right to pull me over.
Yeah.
But he's then said that my reg was coming back for a different vehicle. And I told him to recheck it, and it will come back as the vehicle.
Yeah.
And then now they're obviously demanding my details.
So they have checked it and realised that it's a mix-up, and actually the registration it does come back to the vehicle. So why is that?
We've checked all your details out.
Yeah.
Your name is Callum. Isn't it?
I'm not finding any details, sir.
Okay. All right then. Okay.
But all I can say is this is my vehicle, sir. So.
Okay. Fine. Just bear with us a sec.
Yeah, I'll let him deal with his radio call first.
It always happens to you, doesn't it?
Huh?
It always happens to you.
Well, I just rang the old man. The old man's like, I bet this is a retaliation after the fucking armed response.
It will be.
Right, Callum. I'm happy that your car's insured and it's all belongs to you. The reason we stopped you, obviously, was because you like the thing that we noticed first was just when you came around past the university, you were going quite fast. Okay.
So that's your perception, as I said, yeah.
Police officer, yeah. Okay, that's my perception. Yeah. So we followed you out, and there was a few other bits and bobs, but my colleague did a check of your license plate.
Yeah.
Obviously, some wires got crossed, and it came back to a different vehicle.
Okay.
So that's why we stopped you, because we wanted to ascertain. I've rechecked your vehicle, and it's actually come back as your car. It's insured to you, live in Portsmouth, blah blah blah. As long as I can see that as you. Okay. I'm happy that you're insured, so it's all fine.
Happy days. Can I just get your collar number and your station,
my
please?
collar number is 3860, same station as him.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much.
All right.
Cheers, thank you, guys.